Oh yeah. It's a people thing. I'm not watching my tea with my grandparents on holiday. The kids going out the mistress side. My dad always filling their heads with tales of bravery, the same stories of nothing. It's all of them sing. It's like having 4 kids to look after. But we're away together. I realise how lucky I am. Before I know it, the boys will have their own families on holiday. I hope it's as good as this one.
It's less effort versus Manchester City live on BT Sport.
This programme is brought to you by Heineken, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Those two teams have given us some major moments, haven't they, over the years? 2 European breaks, and actually European breaks see the shape of Juve and Barcelona are falling by the wayside in this season's competition, and it's in my Ajax will join them if Liverpool get to the result. Yeah, I think so. Back to winning ways, as two clubs with lots of attacking players who are playing the right way. I expect Liverpool to get results from the first back. Really important that Liverpool says they'll play for them.
You have to. That mentality of a draw. I think you guys will know that. I think this is a perfect game for them tonight, and I can see them coming out on top.
It's cracking that hard, isn't it? Everyone must say you are playing a big stadiums, the history, the surroundings, football club. We talked about Perth earlier. So you go in that stadium, you know what's gone before you, just to be a part of that. But your own little bit of history as well, the way it's great. It's really good team, we're searching for form, consistency, start to the whether that's a very simple, just the point is enough for Liverpool to progress to the knockout stages. Anything but a win for Ajax
let's do it. Let's take a look to Amsterdam. Stephen Manaman, Darren Fletcher there for us. Good evening, gents.
This is, as the boys have been saying, a big night. Start of the game. Ajax trying to bounce back. They could secure Europa League football at the very least this evening. Point would possibly be enough for that if Napoli do the business against Rangers. After that defeat to Napoli last time out, there are two changes made by Alfred Schroeder to that side. Tadic returns after suspension. And the 20-year-old striker Brian Brobbey starts for the first time in the Champions League this season. 8 goals for him in the Eredivisie and 7 starts and 11 appearances overall. Kenneth Taylor and Mohamed Kudus are the two players who drop to the bench for this game. So that's starting 11 in full for Ajax is Pasveer in goal, Sanchez, Timber, Bassi and Blind making up the back four. Klaassen, Alvarez and Berghuis. The midfield three with the front three of Bergwijn, Brobbey and Dusan Tadic, the captain for Ajax this evening. He's just over to shake hands with Jordan Henderson, captaining the Liverpool side. Liverpool make 3 changes from the team that hit 7 past Rangers, 7-1 win to Liverpool last time out, of course, after going a goal down. Tsimikas, Kanate and Fabian Carvalho will drop to the bench. Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah come into the starting 11. Salah scored a 6-minute hat-trick off the bench in that game. So the team in full: Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Robertson in the back four. Elliott, Fabinho and Henderson in midfield, with Salah, Firmino and Darwin Núñez the front three tonight. So Liverpool aiming to bounce back from the disappointment of the Premier League defeat to Nottingham Forest on Saturday in the early kick-off. Yet to win on the road in the Premier League. 2 draws in 3 defeats in their 5 league games on the road. Their home record is much better. They're only 8th in the Premier League as well, 16 points from their 11 games, 12 points behind the current league leaders Arsenal. On contrast, of course, Ajax have dropped only 5 points this season from 11 games, unbeaten at home, 4 wins and 1 draw, 5 wins and 1 loss away from home. The only defeat of the season so far. They're 4 points clear of PSV, and it is Liverpool who get things underway at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Desperate to start putting right some of the performances that they have produced over the last few weeks. Some really big nights and positive results. Also some big disappointments as well. That loss to Forest can be the low point of their season so far, just a week after beating Manchester City in the Premier League. Largely been in good form in the Champions League. They suffered a defeat to Napoli in the opening game. Since then have responded well. Victories over Ajax and double over Rangers, scoring 9 goals.
In the process, 7 last time out from a goal down. Salah coming off the bench to score a 6-minute hat-trick in that one. He's given a chance from the start this evening. It's a very strong starting 11. Jurgen Klopp has selected, taking absolutely no chances here. Certainly don't want to be in a position where they head to Anfield, back to Anfield to face Napoli in the next game, needing anything out of that, because Napoli have been in extraordinary form, although they have already secured their in the next phase of the Champions League. They play Rangers tonight, hoping that the results go their way and they can secure top spot. Throw in has just been awarded to Ajax, deep in the Liverpool half. Dusan Tadic is going to leave it for Daley Blind, former Manchester United player. Here's the captain, Tadic, again down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. Worked it well here, Ajax. Blind's attempted pass has found a way through into the centre of the penalty area. What a chance! And it's off the post. So close to the opening goal for Ajax inside 3 minutes. First big opportunity of the game. Berghuis can't quite believe that he's missed it. It's a little bit of good fortune in the build-up. Blind's pass took a deflection. And there was some lovely hold-up play. And then eventually the effort off the post from Berghuis. And Ajax so close to opening the scoring. What a start to the game that would have been. That really would have been a dramatic setback for Liverpool early on in this one. Alexander-Arnold has played it forward now, and Liverpool are on the move for the first time. Salah slips it through to Darwin Núñez inside the penalty area, taking on Blind. The whistle has already gone, and we are free kick to Ajax. Núñez and Salah linking up. It's Liverpool look threatening for the first time in the game. Berghuis inches away from opening the scoring, striking the left-hand post of Alisson. A real scare for Liverpool in the early stages here. It's going to hold up play from Robbie. Ajax's number 9, starting his first game in the Champions League this season. He's come on during the game in all 4 of the previous matches, yet to score in the Champions League. Last started in the Champions League for Ajax in December 2020. Following that season, of course, he went to RB Leipzig. Returned to Ajax on loan last season, his first season with Leipzig. And then re-signed permanently this summer. He's been their top scorer in the Eredivisie so far this season, but yet to get off the mark in the Champions League. Mohamed Kudus, incidentally, is their top scorer in the Champions League with 3 goals. He's one of the players who's been dropped to the bench for this one by Alfred Schroeder. Replaced Erik ten Hag, of course, this season. Ten Hag making the move to the Premier League to take over at Manchester United. And, it's Ajax possession at the moment inside their own half. It's Bassi. Takes the ball out to the left-hand side to Blind. And continuing his run, Liverpool concede the throw just inside their half, and the throw in taken quickly by Tadic as Robe holds it up. Plays it out to the right-hand side. Bergwijn looking for the cross to the far post. Tadic stretching, got his head to it, just couldn't knock it back across goal. It's gone out for a throw into Liverpool. A really bright start from this Ajax team. They have to win tonight. The Europa League place by no means secure for them, but it would take a lot for them not to finish third in this group as they come forward again. Blind's effort is blocked, and Tadic with the ball into the penalty area. Title race already, so the Champions League becomes increasingly important as they look to get their season back on track. Ball currently with Joe Gomez just outside the Liverpool penalty area. Van Dijk out to the left-hand side for Robertson, plays it forward, cut out by Ajax, but it's going to fall kindly for Jordan Henderson. The ball then bouncing awkwardly off for Roberto Firmino's heel, and Ajax briefly look to counter but lose out. And Liverpool come forward again with Firmino, gives it to Robertson. Closed down quickly by Berghaus, and Ajax win possession inside their own half. Klassen with the ball out to Daley Blind. Blind up towards Tadic. Tadic trying to turn away from Elliott and Alexander-Arnold, who between them regain possession for Liverpool, and Fabinho now playing the ball forward towards Mohamed Salah. Back in the centre of midfield by Bassi. He does really well to get away from a couple of Liverpool players, and then Ajax looking for the free kick as Broby goes to the ground. Ball runs through to Alisson. Ajax, he gives it to Blind. Blind up towards Tadic, holds it up on the halfway line, scoops the ball forward towards Berghaus, but it's cut out by Joe Gomez. It's with Fabinho now, who takes the ball over the halfway line. Salah then returns a pass to Roberto Firmino, who exchanges more passes with Alexander-Arnold, and now it's Harvey Elliott driving forward into the Liverpool half. Back to Salah, and then to Firmino on the halfway line for Liverpool. Fabinho with a touch into Firmino again. Looking for quick, incisive passing to try and get themselves up the pitch here. Alexander-Arnold going for the chip ball over the top, which the goalkeeper Pasveer comes out and gathers comfortably ahead of Roberto Firmino. Two teams who are keen to show what they're capable of here. So almost at that point where they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Different story from Liverpool's perspective. They need to get the job done, but maybe more about responding to that defeat at the weekend as Salah plays a ball into the penalty area, easily gathered by Pasveer. Nicely worked again by Liverpool to get into a crossing position, just wasn't quite the ball-in required from Mo Salah on that occasion. Pasveer drops the ball at his feet, just outside the 6-yard box. Yes, trotting towards him to half closing down. So Gomez battles with Robbie. Does well to hold the ball up and then brings a throw in of Harvey Elliott deep in the Liverpool half. Really getting involved. 20-year-old striker. He's been prolific in the Eredivisie. 7 starts, 11 appearances, 8 goals overall. 4 substitute appearances in the Champions League. He's given the opportunity to shine here. Ajax trying to salvage that. Spear. His feet inside the 6-yard box. Yes, Gomez now closing down. So Gomez does well. Up to Harvey Elliott. And to the half, centre back. He's getting in front. Let's get that striker. 8 goals in the season. Gives the opportunity to shine here. Backline as well. Not going anywhere at the moment. Elliott. Confusion there for the home side. Gomez launches a high ball forward towards the edge of the Ajax penalty area. Nunez is there, challenging for it. So Alvarez plays it up to Brogby again. Good hold-up play once more by the 20-year-old. We'll see off the challenge of Joe Gomez. Sanchez, the ball out to the right-hand side. Berghuis helping it on. Bergwijn against Virgil van Dijk, who just takes no chances there, clears it long, high, out of play. Throw in to Ajax, which will be taken over on the right-hand side. And about level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. And so Jordan Henderson, who goes out for another throw-in. And now a handball decision given against Henderson, so it won't be a throw-in, it'll be a free kick to Ajax in a decent position and on the right-hand touchline. Opportunity to get players into the penalty area, put some pressure on Alisson. Probably key figure in there. As the ball is played in, Bassi was closest to it for Ajax. It has been cleared by Liverpool. Transson putting the ball back off Mo Salah. It's played all the way back to Pasveer in the Ajax goal. Exchanges passes with Blind. Pasveer goes long, right-footed over the top. Gomez trying to keep tabs on the Robbie. It's going to run through to Alisson. That direct ball a couple of times from Pasveer up to Robbie so far in this game, and it's worked out reasonably well. It certainly makes Liverpool a little uncomfortable. Playing with the high lines, there might be an opportunity in behind, and now Ajax are on the move again. Ball across the penalty area, gathered in by Alisson, with Tadic waiting for any kind of slip up there. Then once again, the home side looking threatening. Lovely ball played down the right-hand side. Cross just needed to be a little bit better. It's now Ajax coming forward once again. It's a long-range effort, not a bad one either. Berghuis once more, almost catching Alisson out, although the Liverpool goalkeeper looked relatively relaxed as this flicked past his right-hand post. It really wasn't that far away. Great effort from long range from Berghuis, who hit the post with that earlier opportunity, of course, inside the opening 3 minutes. All of the best chances so far have come Ajax's way. Will be a little disappointed with the start they've made here as Bassi tries to come forward for Ajax. Holding centre back. To Alvarez now, the edge of his own penalty area. Berghuis does well to play it out to the right hand side. Played up to Bergwijn, gives it to Klaassen. Brings it out to the left now, deep in Liverpool territory. Tadic has Blind in support. Goes to Bergwijn instead. Stayed on the outside, it's with Tadic from the edge of the penalty area. Gets the pass out. Shot from the edge of the box from Sanchez. Well held by Alisson, on target. Decent effort, comfortable enough for the Brazilian goalkeeper. But again, Ajax looking increasingly threatening here. He was pretty close to taking a little deflection off Virgil van Dijk, which could have changed things completely there for Alisson. Did make a comfortable save in the end, held on to it. Again, very encouraging here from the home side as they look for the opening goal. Tremendous start. No goals to show for it yet. So they are here to try and win this game, Ajax. Of course, that is the only thing that will keep them in the Champions League this evening. That victory. That is, of course, what they are aiming to produce here. As he gets his foot to the ball, the former Rangers player, of course. It's for them in the Europa League last season. The ball is played high up towards Klaassen, making a forward run. Tadic lets it outside of play on the left-hand side for a throw-in. Incidentally, in the other game in this group, Napoli already 2 goals up against Rangers. Free scoring. Serie A team are at it again tonight. Ajax continue to make their move. Berghuis has it again on the edge of the box. Thought about the shot, goes for the ball out to the left-hand side for Dusan Tadic. Tadic followed by a couple of Liverpool players, including Harvey Elliott, and has to go back to Bassi on the halfway line. He plays it all the way back to Pasveer in the Ajax goal, on the edge of his own penalty area. Back with Bassi again, slightly heavy touch, just about got away with it. Elliott unable to hold on to the ball for Liverpool. Bassi again using his goalkeeper, picking up the ball once more and clipping it over the top, which Gomez makes the most of and wins the ball. Ajax eventually putting it out for a throw. It remains 0-0 in the Johan Cruyff Arena. The best chances so far have fallen to the home team. As Alexander-Arnold prepares to take the throw in to the right hand side. Yes, scooping down to win the header. Finds Fabinho, gets it back again. So Alexander-Arnold then tries to clip the ball down the wing. On the right hand side, it goes out for a throw. It's an encouraging start for Ajax here. Just seems as though they haven't quite settled into the game yet. Hoping they can get themselves going once more. Try and put an end to what has been a really difficult start to the season. So many ups and downs this early on in the campaign. That win over Manchester City really did feel like a turning point, and the subsequent performances, the win over West Ham, of course the defeat to Nottingham Forest, just felt like such a big moment. Remains goalless as things stand. Liverpool just needing a point, remember, this evening. That will be good enough to get them into the next phase of the Champions League. That certainly is a huge advantage from their point of view. Ajax really have made an impressive start here. They've got a corner, just been taken short. Cross coming in from the right-hand side. Alisson is able to come out and gather it. It's nicely done by Alisson. Just settling things down for Liverpool here. Ajax back in possession now. Bassi gives it to Daley Blind. It's a back once more from Bassi. Liverpool pressing high up the pitch now, and Pasveer had to deal with a rather forceful back pass from his experienced left back there, Daley Blind. Just starting to look a little more threatening. Alexander-Arnold looking for the cross. It's a decent ball in, headed away. Now Ajax do pick the ball up on the edge of their own penalty area, and Pasveer can take a touch before clipping it up towards the halfway line. Headed forward by Fabinho. Ajax tidy it up. It's Edson Alvarez now. Plays it out to the left-hand side for Blind. Blind going over the top, looking for Tadic, and we'll find him as well. He's got in behind Alexander-Arnold. Holds off the challenge from the England international. Still with Ajax on this left-hand side with Blind finding Alvarez. Turns away from the challenge well, and ball clipped over the top. Too much on it from Alvarez. It's going to run out of play for a goal kick. To Liverpool. Ajax nil as things stand. 24 minutes gone. The first half here. Very encouraging start from the home team. As of yet, nothing to show for it. Play for a Ajax throw. It's due to miscontrolled ball from Andy Robertson. Play forward again here. So Liverpool able to deal with the threat of Ajax. It's a good bit of play from the central midfielder Alvarez, who was under pressure from 2 or 3 Liverpool players, just to turn away and drive the ball forward for Ajax. Back in possession once more. Inside their own half. So he gives it to Timber. Still with Ajax here. Possession reasonably comfortably at the moment. Just inside their own half. The right-hand side now with Bergwijn. The return pass, but it's well cut out. Liverpool have possession again with Virgil van Dijk, who of course played in the Eredivisie, but with Groningen. Gomez giving it back to Virgil van Dijk. Fabinho. Playing the ball to Joe Gomez. Leaves it for Trent Alexander-Arnold out on the right-hand touchline, just on the halfway line here. Looks for his options, tries to play into Harvey Elliott, but slight misunderstanding between the two. Ajax are able to launch the ball forward once again. Headed forward by Fabinho. Salah did well. Gives it to Firmino. He's looking for Darwin Núñez, but Ajax have dealt with that well. And there is a foul by Firmino just outside the Ajax penalty area. It's a free kick to the home side. Actually pleased with the way things are playing out at the moment. Bassi has it, trying to make his way forward. Referee just having a word with one or two of the players out there, because there's just a little bit of aggro developing out there. Strong challenges that two sets of players haven't been happy with. So we're just trying to settle things down as Timber goes in for a challenge from Harvey Elliott. Free kick goes Liverpool's way. Almost 28 minutes gone in the first half here. Ajax 0, Liverpool 0. It is currently Napoli 2-0 up against Rangers. 2 goals in the opening 16 minutes. Giovanni Simeone scoring both goals for Napoli. Difficult start for Rangers, who, as things stand, will finish in third place as Salah goes for the volley inside the penalty area from a brilliant ball in by Robertson. Good defending from Ajax as they get the ball away. Bergwijn losing out to Robertson again. Things are just starting to look up again for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold with the cross, decent ball in, past Spear gets there, just ahead of Darwin Núñez. They can roll the ball out and allow Ajax to start moving once more. Switch over to the left-hand side, taken down nicely by Blind, who gives it to Tadic on the touchline, halfway inside the Liverpool half. Now back in the centre midfield with Bassi and Timber. Sanchez playing it forward to Bergwijn. Well, it's just gone down, maybe felt a little challenge from behind from Robertson. The referee has stopped play. Former Tottenham man. Back to his feet. Just a bit of a coming together as Robertson went to close him down. Accidental knee in the back. A PSV player as well, of course. He was at Ajax as a youngster. Bergwijn left in 2011. At the age of 14 to join PSV. Went on to represent their first team over 100 times in the Eredivisie before eventually moving to Tottenham, where he had a couple of seasons. Returned to Ajax this year. 17 years after he first joined the club, the 25-year-old. Meantime, Ajax have themselves another free kick by Joe Gomez this time on Brian Brobby. Gives the ball to Alvarez. Alvarez now playing the ball forward, looking for Brobby, cut out easily by Liverpool, and now a bit of space for Mo Salah to run into as he's fed by Firmino. A lot of support arriving, including Darwin Núñez and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back with Henderson. into the penalty area, left-hand side, gets the cross in over everybody, and Ajax will tidy up with Berghaus, and then with Daley Blind, who launches it downfield up towards Brobbey. Watched closely by Joe Gomez. That's a battle that's starting to develop in this game. So Henderson plays the ball back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Throws it out to Joe Gomez. Gomez into Robertson, who's come over to the right-hand side for the time being. Alexander-Arnold out on the left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold in possession now as he plays it all the way back to Alisson. I think that's a tactical switch so much as just a circumstantial one. But Alexander-Arnold and Robertson swapping flanks. Alexander-Arnold right in the centre now, in possession as he rolls it out to the right-hand side. Robertson is still there. He goes for the ball over the top. Bassi wins the header ahead of Darwin Nunez. Daley Blind can't keep the ball in play. And Liverpool will have a throw-in deep in the Ajax half as Andy Robertson makes his way back over to the left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold taking the throw-in here on the right. Losing possession though, and Ajax and giving the ball away. They've just lost a little bit of fluidity and spark now, the home side, after that very impressive start where they created the vast majority of the key opportunities. Alexander-Arnold now looking for the ball through the middle. Salah is looking increasingly threatening, increasingly like he might get in behind at some stage. So Henderson gets it out to Robertson on the left-hand side. In comes the cross. Blind gets his head to it. On forward to Alexander-Arnold, who only made some contact as he attempted the volley. Now his attempted cross is a high one, which is half scrambled away by Ajax on the edge of the penalty area. Still with Liverpool here as Jordan Henderson picks it up. Now with Firmino out on the left-hand side, gives it to Robertson. Back to Fabinho. And Henderson again, and Robertson once more, but Ajax pushing Liverpool further and further back. So Van Dijk picks it up on the edge of the centre circle, gives it to Gomez, carries it forward and plays it out to the right to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back it to Gomez again, and into Van Dijk inside the centre circle. He can come forward now, plays it out to the left. Firmino and Robertson making a run. Lovely ball from Firmino, finds Robertson and goes for goal, side netting. And a goal kick. I think the offside flag was raised in the end against Robertson. Liverpool have created so little really in the early stages of this game. Robertson was looking for a corner. Jurgen Klopp applauding the effort from the visiting side. So Ajax get themselves into a little bit of trouble. Forced to clear the ball for a throw. They do get themselves a throw in the end. A little over 10 minutes to go in the first half here. Plus between Ajax and Liverpool. Sitting stand, Liverpool heading through to the knockout stages, and Ajax are in for the Europa League, but in comes the cross here, and Tadic with time and space, great block from Alexander-Arnold, and it remains 0-0, huge opportunity, it was just so easy for Ajax, broke down the right-hand side. Tadic had time and space, and Alexander-Arnold got there just in time to make the block and deny the home side what looked like a certain goal for a moment. It's gone out of play for a Liverpool throw on the left. Dusan Tadic, the Ajax captain, almost finding the back of the net, back in the team after suspension. He was sent off on the match day 3 against Napoli. Bassi challenges Darwin Nunez, and Eventually, he's able to beat him to the ball. Darwin Núñez goes to ground, holding his face. Obviously feeling that he was caught by Bassi there. I don't think there's going to be any particular punishment here for Bassi. I think it may have been caught slightly via an elbow or a stray arm. Doesn't appear to be too much in it though. An accidental collision really. What a chance for Ajax just a few moments ago. Glorious opportunity for Dusan Tadic. Alexander-Arnold getting there to make the block. Would have been a goal otherwise. Huge moment in the game. Dusan Tadic. Southampton, of course. A key part of this Ajax team. Glad to have him back this evening after missing that last game. Fabinho gives away a free kick inside the Ajax half. No yellow cards yet in this game. It's fairly even in terms of possession, but the chances of really been in favour of Ajax for the most part. Certainly had the big ones. Then he had the only shot on target, a couple of blocked efforts as well. Hit the post early on. Liverpool have had 3 shots, 1 blocked, 2 off target. Yet been able to test. Pasveer hasn't had a save to make in the opening 38 minutes. Exactly the response that Liverpool fans would have been hoping for from their team following that defeat at the weekend. Tough spell. Jurgen Klopp's side. The throw in on the right hand side taken by Alexander-Arnold. Finds the head of Calvin Bassi. Back to Fabinho and then Alexander-Arnold launching it forward again. Again it's Bassi with the header. And for the 3rd time, Alexander-Arnold's ball forward dealt with by Bassi. It's just won 4 headers in the space of about 30 seconds. So Ajax try and clear their lines. Van Dijk up against Bergwijn. Ball was played forward. Liverpool do survive. Defending by Virgil van Dijk and then Henderson coming forward on the left hand side for Liverpool. The pass is blocked by Sanchez and again the throw in. Tussle there between Bergwijn and Van Dijk. There's no question the Ajax players are trying to make life difficult for him. So again, this picks up the ball on the halfway line for Liverpool. Clips it over the top looking for the run. Alexander-Arnold, but it's overhit. Comfortably gathered by Pasveer. Forward players just haven't been able to affect the game at all so far. So Pasveer receives the pass once again, clears it left-footed, not the most convincing clearance through the middle to Fabinho. And then doesn't play the greatest ball forward. This one back again by the Brazilian, finds Henderson. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Plays it to Robertson inside to Harvey Elliott, whose effort was on target and saved by Pasveer. Reasonably comfortable in the end for Pasveer. Didn't hold it cleanly. Seemed to have it covered. Did manage to prevent it from falling to the feet of Mo Salah, who was closing in, hoping for a spillage. First effort on target for Liverpool this evening. To build again here, the home side is with Blind on the halfway line. Pressure from Elliott, so goes back to Bassi. Gives it again to Pasveer. Clearance from Pasveer, looking for Van Dijk to deal with it here, Liverpool, which he does. Just fallen to Henderson on the left-hand side, bit of space to run into. Plays a lovely ball into Salah, first-time effort, there's the goal! It's Mo Salah again for Liverpool. Barely involved in this first half, but a moment of quality has brought Liverpool their opening goal. And Jurgen Klopp will feel a lot happier now, as do the travelling Liverpool fans. For all their good play in this first half, Ajax now find themselves behind. Mo Salah latching onto a great ball from Jordan Henderson, who suddenly found himself in a bit of space on the left-hand side. Sanchez, who challenged for the ball, but Henderson got away from him. And then the pass into the penalty area with the outside of his left foot. And Mo Salah getting there just ahead of Pasveer and lifting it casually over the Ajax goalkeeper to make it Ajax 0, Liverpool 1. Mo Salah's 6th goal in the Champions League this season. Hat-trick last time out. He scores for a 4th game in a row. Against the run of play, you have to say, although Liverpool have been improving in the last 10 minutes or so. And Ajax now have a huge task on their hands. Blind plays it into the penalty area. Only half dealt with by Liverpool. Tadic unable to get the ball back into the danger zone. Bassi tangling with Salah. Wins a free kick inside the Liverpool half. Salah protesting his innocence, but his little touch, his moment of composure, has been the difference between the two sides in this first half. Think back to the opportunities that Ajax did not take, particularly that one for Berghuis in the opening 3 minutes. The one for Tadic as well. Just needed a cool head to produce the first goal of the game. Liverpool, who have turned to Mo Salah so many times over the years, have him to thank again. As now Robertson gets forward on the left-hand side, slips it through the middle again, Firmino, and Nunes misses from close range with a goal at his mercy. Off the post from Darwin Núñez, but it looked easier to score, and somehow Liverpool failed to double their lead. It's an extraordinary moment. Darwin Núñez with a wonderful chance to snatch a second goal just before half-time. Probably would have put the game beyond Ajax. Will it come back to haunt Liverpool? They do look confident now. Ball over the top from Henderson. It's through to Pasveer this time. Ajax have just lost a little bit of shape and discipline here. Liverpool are starting to take advantage. 30 seconds plus stoppage time to go in this first half. Sanchez plays it up to Robe. One back by Robertson for Liverpool. Finds Núñez on the left-hand side. Wants to put that miss out of his mind as soon as he possibly can. Cross from Núñez is blocked by Timber. Play back to Virgil van Dijk on the halfway line. Van Dijk to Joe Gomez. Now on the right hand side is Harvey Elliott, gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just the 1 minute of added time, and Liverpool now look to be in complete control as Fabinho it's inside a corner. In the last 5 minutes, Liverpool have done more than they had done in the whole of the first half prior to that. It's a lovely move It almost led to Liverpool's second goal. Darwin Núñez will not want to see that replay again. He's been shown it once more. It's a glaring miss. Alexander-Arnold will take the corner. The minute is up. This will be the last chance of the half. It's a decent ball in. It's a little flick from Van Dijk. It's back with Fabinho. In comes the cross from Robertson. Really good ball as well. Van Dijk got his head to it again. Will surely be the last act of the first half here. As the referee does blow for half-time. Mohamed Salah with the only goal of the game. Ajax were superb for 40 minutes. A couple of glorious chances. But it could easily have been 2-0 at the break. Darwin Núñez missing a golden chance late on in that first half. But Salah, the difference once more. His sixth goal in the Champions League this season means that it's Ajax 0, Liverpool 1 at half-time.
Liverpool 1.
This programme is brought to you by PlayStation, UEFA Champions League, official sponsor.
Had a chance. A little over 2 minutes gone. Berghaus hit the post. There were other big opportunities as well. Tadic had an effort blocked by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Really good chance. Ajax was superb for 40 minutes, but did look a little at sea in the last 5 or so. Liverpool started coming into the game. 2 minutes gone. Berghaus hit the post. Feel much better about things now. Having a point is enough to send them through to the next round of the Champions League. And the group is potentially going to be a bit of a challenge, given that they chasing Napoli still have a 100% record as things stand. Much better about things now. Liverpool move early on in the second half of Henderson. Brings it back to Jorginho. Mo Salah on the left hand side. Goes back to Virgil van Dijk. By Joe Gomez now down the right hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the man chasing, keeps it in play. Looks to get his cross in, it's a decent one, just misses the head of Darwin Núñez. And Ajax recover the ball with David Klassen. Blind is blocked. They're trying to Ajax inside their own half. Just take you through the scores elsewhere. This time Bassi is down. Potential injury here. Tackling Darwin Núñez inside the penalty area. Back on his feet again. Be able to carry on. So, as things stand elsewhere, then it's Leverkusen who lead Atletico Madrid in the Wanda Metropolitana by 2-1. 2-0 lead for Bayern Munich away at Barcelona. Barcelona already out of the Champions League after Inter won this evening. Frankfurt 2-up against Marseille. Napoli 2-0 up against Rangers in this group. Tottenham is going to Sporting by 0-0. Zenit scoring against his former club in that one. So that is how things stand at the moment elsewhere. So the outcome is clear now in this group as it stands. Ajax will finish third. And are likely to finish third. They actually aren't guaranteed that if they lose here. Rangers could still catch them on the final match day. And here come Liverpool. So Darwin Núñez fizzes it across, which is palm behind for a corner by Pasveer. It was comfortably dealt with by the goalkeeper. It's a corner opportunity for Liverpool. Second corner of the game. Just under 4 minutes played in the second half. Only Robertson to take it from the left-hand side. Out, swing over the left foot. The header is in! And it is 2-0, and Darwin Núñez does have his goal. Denied in the first half by the post. This time he makes no mistake. It's 2-0 to the visiting side, and Ajax surely aren't going to be able to recover from this one. Simple set-piece goal, corner from the left-hand side. Sanchez, who initially had hold of Darwin Núñez, was trying to keep tabs on him. But the big striker finding a way to get ahead of the defenders, glancing his header across the face of goal, clipped the bottom of the post and ended up in the back of the net. And Darwin Núñez will be delighted after missing that golden chance in the first half. It looks less likely now that that goal is going to have an impact. 5 minutes gone in the second half, and Liverpool now in control. dominantly aside from the last 10 minutes. Ajax were the dominant side. They had the best opportunities. Liverpool have barely threatened. Now all of a sudden they look like they could go on and secure a big win here. Just wonder if Ajax had taken one of those early chances, how Liverpool would have reacted given their disappointing form of late. Fabinho has it now. Van Dijk driving forward and into the Ajax half. Henderson laying the ball across to Gomez. Now Alexander-Arnold linking up with Harvey Elliott. Alexander-Arnold again finds Salah, turns well, lovely ball into the penalty area. Harvey Elliott makes it 3-0. Liverpool score again. 6 minutes into the second half, and now they're running away with it. Elliott scores his second goal in the Champions League this season. And Ajax are being blown away now. It's a great finish from Harvey Elliott. Mo Salah provided the assist this time. Liverpool attacking from the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold played it into Mo Salah. Played a lovely through ball with his left foot into the penalty area. Great run from Harvey Elliott, who smashed it past Pasveer. And Ajax, who would have hoped for a strong start to the second half, now find themselves 3 goals down. There's a sense of relief and delight amongst the Liverpool players. A scoreline which is harsh on Ajax when you consider the overall performance, but really ever since that first goal went in, it's been all Liverpool. Just completely changed the momentum and the feeling of this game. Ajax now can only really try and rebuild. Can they get this thing back under control? That'll be the main target now. It's going to be a goal kick to Liverpool. No, it is going to be a corner. Taken here by Berghaus. Swings in the cross, headed away. Salah gets a touch on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Liverpool looking to break now with Alexander-Arnold. Finds Elliott. It's good recovery work by Bergwijn, although free. He's given handball against the Ajax player. It'll be a free kick to Liverpool, deep inside the Ajax half. Getting back underway. This with Virgil van Dijk. Looking for Darwin Núñez. It's cleared long instead by Pasveer. By Fabinho inside the centre circle, out to the right hand side for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk taking it over the halfway line, gives it to Jordan Henderson. Van Dijk once more to Joe Gomez. Gomez back to Van Dijk inside the Liverpool half. It's played out to Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. Robertson gives it to Henderson, back to Robertson again. Now a Firmino into the centre circle for Fabinho, plays the ball out to the right-hand side for Harvey Elliott. Salah making a run. Elliott tries to find him, replaces his pass. It goes out for a goal kick. It's getting to that stage in the game where we might see a few changes from both sides. Liverpool, of course, will be thinking about what comes next in terms of the league, now that it looks like the job is done in this game. Henderson in possession at the moment. Liverpool just seem to have so much more control over the game, and that third goal does seem to have knocked the stuffing out of Ajax. 10 minutes gone in the second half. And here come Liverpool once again on the edge of the penalty area. It's well dealt with by Ajax. Bassi giving the ball out to Daley Blind, and now Klassen. Alvarez helps it forward towards Bergwijn, who takes it over the halfway line. Robe ahead of him. Moves it to Tadic, who's been pretty quiet in the second half so far. He gets the ball back again on the edge of the box. Just couldn't get the pass into Bergwijn. He's in a decent position. Come forward again with Virgil van Dijk. Gives the ball to Robertson. Robertson looking for the cross. Bassi rather clumsily deals with that ball, kicks it up into his own arm. Liverpool are appealing for the penalty. Referee initially just waving away those claims. He did strike his elbow as he attempted to clear the ball. It's gone behind for a corner. The referee from Spain, Jose Sanchez Martinez, says no penalty, and changes on the way here for Ajax. First, the Liverpool corner from the right-hand side, taken by Alexander-Arnold. Swinging cross, Van Dijk the closest to it, couldn't get onto it, and now it's with Robertson on the left-hand side. He looks to get the cross in. Good delivery, headed wide of the target by Van Dijk. Goal kick. Missed some good chances at the weekend for Liverpool against Nottingham Forest, of course. Virgil van Dijk doesn't have the same level of opportunities, but a couple of headers from set pieces, as he often does. Mohamed Kudus is coming on for Davy Klaassen. Kudus, the top scorer for Ajax in the Champions League this season, with 3 goals. And Daley Blind is also making way for Owen Wijndal, 22-year-old left back, Dutch international, signing from RZ. So changes made by the home team. Reaching the hour mark. Mohamed Kudus gets his first touch of the ball. Takes it out to the left-hand side before playing it back to Wijndal, his first involvement. Now Jurrien Timber for Ajax, still inside their own half. Alvarez gives it back to Timber. Goes to Pasveer, who you could argue was perhaps at fault for the opening goal. Jordan Henderson played a lovely pass over the top for Salah to run onto. Pasveer made it easy for Salah by coming out of his goal and just allowing the Egyptian to chip the ball over him pretty comfortably. Here come Ajax again, trying to get themselves back into this game. Ball played across the penalty area into the 6-yard box. Wijndal, it's gathered easily by Allison. Liverpool will be in action again at the weekend on Saturday. They host Leeds, who are really tough run of form at the moment. Home fixture against Leeds does feel like a good opportunity for Liverpool to try and build on what is looking like a good night now. Certainly didn't look to be the case. Earlier on, the start that Ajax made. And of course, 6 days' time, Liverpool host Napoli in the final Champions League group game, which is looking increasingly like it won't have too much on it. Liverpool Liverpool might be trying to snatch back top spot from Napoli, but given the result in the first meeting between the two, that does seem a little unlikely now. As Liverpool come forward again with Fabinho's pass intercepted. Fabinho then wins a header before it's picked up by Kudus inside the Ajax half. Sanchez plays the ball to Jurrien Timber. To Kudus again. Slightly loose pass for Alvarez, but got away with it. And Ajax on the move here with Kudus. Gets it out to Bergwijn on the left-hand side. Support from Weindl. Goes through the middle instead for Sanchez. Now Berghuis. Left-footed cross to the far post, knocked back across the face of goal. Joe Gomez able to intercept that and deal with it. So Firmino tries to play the ball to safety for Liverpool. It's come back to Bassi for Ajax. Weindl to Bergwijn. This is better from the home team. Bergwijn gives it to Berghuis on the edge of the penalty area, right-hand side, under pressure from Robertson, and Liverpool win it back, and Nunez picks it up and drives forward. Left-hand side, bit of space to run into, cuts it back from Robertson, edge of the penalty area, plays it to Harvey Elliott, clips it over the top for Salah to chase, and not quite the right ball from Elliott. Salah unable to get on the end of it, and that counter-attack just breaking down for Liverpool as they look to threaten. Looking dangerous on the break this time. 2 early goals in the second half have almost killed this game as a contest. Nunez with a header, and then Harvey Elliott with a fine finish from close range. And Nunez has now played his last role in this contest. Curtis Jones coming on to replace him. Nunez will be delighted with that goal after missing a golden chance late in the first half. Brian Robey is replaced by Kenneth Taylor for Ajax as well. Taylor, 20-year-old defensive midfielder. Gets his opportunity in the starting 11 for the previous game. Came through the youth setup at Ajax. He's got a couple of caps for the Dutch national team already. Ajax possession with Berghuis just inside their own half. Berghuis driving forward now, plays it out to the right hand side for Tadic. Tadic goes through the middle. Berghuis chips it in to Kudus. Now Bergwijn looking for the space to shoot, curls it over the top. It'll be a goal kick to Liverpool. They just haven't created the same quality of chances that they did earlier in the game. Ajax lost that opening goal really from Salah. Things completely turned around. Could easily have conceded that second goal, and then 2 early second half goals, putting an end to this Ajax challenge, which looked like it was going to be a significant one earlier this evening. Starting to run away with things now, up by 3-0 here. Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen currently 2 apiece in their game. Bayern Munich 2-0 up against Barcelona, 2-1 lead for Frankfurt against Marseille. Napoli 2-0 up against Rangers, and Tottenham still trailing at home to Sporting by a 0-0. Bassi comes forward here for Ajax. Almost 20 minutes gone in the second half. Kudus does well to skip past the challenge and then tries to feed the ball into Tadic. Through ball though dealt with comfortably by Virgil van Dijk, and then Alisson's attempted pass is a poor one for once, and he's had a play for a throw to Ajax, which has been taken quickly by Berghuis. Kudus now trying to take on Curtis Jones, who wins that particular duel and comes away with the ball for Liverpool. Takes it over the halfway line and gives it to Roberto Firmino, who's got Salah with him through the middle. Firmino still holding on to it, plays a lovely pass into Salah, And Salah goes for the curling effort over the top. And it's a goal kick to Ajax, but a good breakaway again from Liverpool there. They do look as though they could add more to the scoreline here. Ajax players looking a little deflated. You can understand why. Goals, the first goal coming against the run of play. Since then, really been good enough. Liverpool, comfortable looking 3-0 lead. 20 minutes into the second half. Ian Timber has it for Ajax in the centre circle, plays it forward. Taylor to Weindl. Now Bergwijn, the left-hand touchline, gives it to Taylor. Looking for the return pass, it was cut out by Fabinho. Now Mo Salah trying to latch onto a loose back pass to Pasveer, who managed to get there first, and his long clearance has gone all the way into the arms of Alisson in the Liverpool goal. Just with Robertson now on the left-hand side for Liverpool. Back to Van Dijk. Closed down by Kudus, but he plays it across to his central defensive partner, Joe Gomez, whose forward pass was intended for Elliott, who was fouled by Taylor. Liverpool get the free kick. Ajax, of course, it is a trip to Rangers, with the third place still up for grabs. They need a point from that one to ensure that they have Europa League football to look forward to in the second half of the season. Absolutely crucial for Ajax that they secure that. For whatever Rangers on match day one certainly puts them in a very strong position. Ajax come forward again, trying to get a foothold in this game now. Tadic has it on the right hand side, plays it back to Alvarez, goes forward. Taylor comes out to Tadic again on the right hand side, slips it through for Sanchez, cut back nicely and fired over the top by Taylor. Best move in the second half from Ajax, but it does remain 3-0. The effort from Taylor nowhere near the target in the end. Really nicely worked. Carved Liverpool open pretty easily here. Ajax. Sanchez set up Taylor. It was just bouncing as it arrived to him in the middle of the penalty area. He'd be a little disappointed not to have kept the shot down. Tested Alisson. Liverpool get back underway. Henderson going down after a clash, an accidental clash with Edson Alvarez. He's holding his right knee. Klopp shouting instructions from the touchline. Still down. It might just have been a clash of knees coming together with Alvarez. Liverpool will certainly want to get through this game now without losing any more players to injury. They have got a fairly extensive injury list at the moment. Jota, everything else unavailable. Henderson is getting treatment now, still down on the floor, looks to be in a bit of pain. He helped up now by the Liverpool staff and the referee. Liverpool prepared to make a triple substitution. James Milner, Fabio Carvalho, both getting ready to come on here. Elliott is one of those making way. Milner replacing Jordan Henderson. He's hobbling off, looking a little uncomfortable. That's a bit of a worry for Liverpool. So Elliott off, Henderson off, and also Fabinho off, and he is going to be replaced by Stefan Bajcetic. Getting his opportunity here. Made his Champions League debut against Ajax last month. Facing Thiago, Spain under-18 international. He is eligible to represent Serbia as well. 18 years old. Turned 18 just 4 days ago, in fact. Became Liverpool's youngest ever player in the Champions League when he came on in that game against Ajax. He's going to get a bit longer. He only featured for a few seconds in that game. Going to get 20 minutes or so here to show what he can do. Playing midfield as well as in the back line. Ajax come forward with Edson Alvarez here. Kudus turning away from Fabinho in midfield and playing it out to the left-hand side. Taylor for Ajax now. Bajcetic, substitute, keeping a close eye on him. Just now with Kudus, Milner steps in to clear. Getting the ball out of play for a throw-in. Milner, Fabio Carvalho and Bajcetic, the three players on. Carvalho. Touch the ball. Ajax try and come forward again, but it has gone out of play for a throw. Frustrating again for the home side. They will look back at those chances in the first half. Could have been 2 or 3 up. It's no exaggeration. Some big opportunities. For Ajax prior to the opening goal. Since then, Liverpool have made it look pretty comfortable. Here come Ajax again. To make something happen here. Sanchez has it on the right hand side, gives it to Dusan Tadic. Tadic to Kudus, into the penalty area. And the effort from Berghaus flies over the top. Frustrating for Ajax once again. Berghaus in particular will look back at his big chance early in the game. Hit the post. Really good opportunity from the middle of the penalty area. It's one of those chances that I feel he should have scored. Not quite as clear cut as that Darwin Núñez had at the other end, but Núñez has been able to make amends by scoring Liverpool's second goal. Fabio Carvalho now for Liverpool, finding Bajcetic, who goes for goal. Long way out, but comfortably saved, and it's a little moment for him in the spotlight. The 18-year-old, as he turned 18 earlier this week, 22nd of October 2004. He was born. This player to represent Liverpool in the Champions League as the side come forward again with Curtis Jones. Dino back to Jones. Salah, who briefly just wandered off the pitch after being caught shortly after playing a pass. Given here to Robertson. Carvalho. It's back from Milner. Central area, halfway inside the Ajax half. Out to the left-hand side for Robertson now with Firmino. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Comes in field towards Fabio Carvalho. Curtis Jones now. Liverpool controlling proceedings. Milner with the ball out to the left-hand side for Robertson. Looks to get the cross in. It's deep. It's too deep. It's going to be a goal kick to Ajax into the final 15 minutes here. Liverpool closing in on Champions League qualification. Top spot in this group proves to be difficult. No change at the moment in the game between Napoli and Rangers. Napoli still 2-0 up. Those goals scored early on. And a disappointing night here for Ajax, who still had a chance of progressing to the knockout stages. They might be able to get something here though. Briefly, Bergwijn was in behind. Ended up by Alexander Arnold in the end. Flicked by Roberto Firmino. Tadic has it under control now, and he's been able to pick out Kenneth Taylor, and lots of space on the right hand side. Drills the cross in, over hits it. Berghuis won't be able to keep it in play. Goes out for a throw in to Liverpool. Still 3-0 with 13 minutes or so for stoppage time to go. We'll have a throw in. Make it 4 wins in a row. Looks like that is going to happen. Still be 3 points behind Napoli, so could go level on points with them, assuming Napoli do see out that win against Rangers this evening. Liverpool could go level on points with them by beating them next week. Then it would come down to a number of tiebreakers. More on that in a moment, because Liverpool are on the attack again with Milner picking the ball up just to the left of the penalty area. Finds Carvalho. To Milner again on the left-hand side, plays it back to Robertson. And Milner once more. Robertson. Back to Van Dijk. Joe Gomez. Plays it forward. Ajax half clear. Timber did well. Kudus is fouled. Ajax will get the free kick. So the tiebreakers, if teams finish level on points, which could be significant for Ajax as well. Points in the head-to-head matches come first, so if Liverpool were to beat Napoli, that would be ruled out. Then it's goal difference in those head-to-head matches, so it kind of turns it into a kind of two-legged tie in that scenario, and it goes on to goals scored in the head-to-head matches. So it would depend on the scoreline. Liverpool would still be in with a chance of snatching top spot in the group with this win tonight. They'll have to beat Napoli and beat them well to claim first place. The most important thing for them this evening is they're going to win the game and they're going to qualify for the next stage. Ajax do win a corner here though with Dusan Tadic on the left-hand side. Can they find what would be a consolation goal at this stage? Campaign that started so promisingly. Spinal tries to play the cross into the penalty area. 13 goals conceded now in the Champions League in the last 3 games by Ajax. The clean sheet in the first game, of course, and lost narrowly 2-1 to Liverpool in the second. 15 goals conceded after 5 games, not good enough from an Ajax point of view. 10 of those goals coming against Napoli. Can they get in here? Little back heel inside the penalty area. 1 or 2 claims for a penalty there as Kudus goes down in the box. Curtis Jones tidies up for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold has it on the edge of the penalty area, gives it back to Allison, plays it out to the right-hand side. Forward by Robertson. Rasetic playing it back to Robertson again. It's with Alexander-Arnold, who's on the left touchline. Now into the final 10 minutes of normal time here. In the second half, 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Gomez playing the ball back to Allison. Clean sheet, 3 points here will certainly give Liverpool a bit of a confidence booster. They played pretty well, really, in the last 40 minutes or so. The first 40 minutes belonged to Ajax. They had the best chances. Liverpool barely threatened. All of a sudden, everything changed with that Salah goal. The bright start to the second half has helped settle things down and make life a lot easier. Alexander-Arnold going on a run down the left, and he's just beaten to the ball in the end by Sanchez. Bassi then tries to play, and Sanchez, it's not a great pass, and Ajax win the throw. That's with Urian Timber, plays it back to Pasveer. The Ajax goal, forward, back in midfield by Alexander-Arnold. Curtis Jones trying to help it onto Salah. Does have hold of it now. The right-hand side goes back into his own half to find Joe Gomez. Now Virgil van Dijk. Back to the left-hand side, Milner back again to Robertson. Back with Van Dijk again, and all the way back to Allison. On the edge of the D. Out to the left towards Robertson. Does his best to keep the ball in play. It's gone out for a throw-in. The Ajax fans just starting to shuffle out of the stadium now. They've been encouraged early on. Some big chances, big moments. You have to be at your absolute best in the Champions League against these giants of European football. 10 European Cups between these two teams, of course, 4 for Ajax, 6 for Liverpool. These are 2 of the giants. Recent seasons consider Ajax to be slightly lesser side in terms of spending power, and they have punched above their weight in that regard. It looks like they're going to be undone in the group stage in this season's Champions League. Trying to find something late on here, cross into the penalty area is dealt with by Liverpool. It's come out to Sanchez on the right-hand side. He delivers a cross. They almost found the head of Edson Alvarez. It's going to be cleared by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Long clearance up to the halfway line. Bassi gets his head to it. The Taylor then playing the ball down the left-hand side to Vandal. He's going to hold it again, the substitute. Back to Berghaus. Tadic calling for the ball in the centre of the pitch. It's with Urian Timber. Drives into the penalty area. Great run! And fires it wide of the target. One of the best moments in the second half from Ajax. It was a centre-back who popped up out of nowhere, really, and just on a driving run into the penalty area, comes up to a decent position, just couldn't quite find the composure with the shot. It's nothing more than a goal kick in the end, and there are going to be changes now for Ajax as Berghaus makes way for Francisco Conceição. Portuguese forward. Edson Alvarez also making way for Florian Grilic, Austrian midfielder. The final 5 minutes plus whatever is added on here by Jose Sanchez. Second half, Taylor winning the ball back for Ajax, looking for the free kick. But the decision goes the other way. Yeah, Liverpool free kick instead. So Florian Grillitsch, who's just come on, is a 27-year-old Austrian international. Pitch for the final 5 minutes by Portuguese forward 19-year-old Francisco Conceição. For Ajax from Porto this year. Portuguese under-21 international. Son of the former Portugal international Sergio Conceição, of course. Is the current manager of Porto. Very unusual for a father to sell his son, which is exactly what he did. Signed a 5-year deal in July. Sergio Conceição's son, Francisco. As Tsimikas comes on for Liverpool here, taking the place of Andy Robertson, swap at left back for the visiting team. Liverpool safe in their pursuit of Champions League football in 2023. Focus will no doubt be on the league over the next few weeks, next couple of weeks before the start of the World Cup, which is just around the corner. The game against Leeds, for that game in Napoli next week, which is not looking too significant now. Napoli have a third, by the way, against the Rangers, free scoring. Against Ajax, as I mentioned already, 4 against Liverpool, 3 against Rangers in the reverse fixture. It's a 20th goal in the Champions League this season. They've conceded just 4. And just now, the goal difference of minus 18. This season's Champions League is going to be 5 defeats in a row for them. So it looks like it's going to be Napoli to win the group, you would imagine, unless Liverpool can cause a huge shock, really, at Anfield by beating Napoli by more than 3 goals. That is their task, to try and top the group. Napoli may well feel the slightly weakened side because they are challenging at the top end of Serie A as well. Liverpool also have their main concern on the Premier League. To see how those two sides approach that particular fixture. Liverpool starting with a free kick on the right hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold going back to Joe Gomez as we enter the final minutes of normal time in the second half. 3 goals coming in a 10-minute spell either side of half time. 3 minutes before the break, it was Mo Salah opening the scoring with his 6th Champions League goal of the season. 2 in quick succession from Darwin Núñez and Harvey Elliott to make it 3-0, and now it is a really good run from Tsimikas and Firmino inside the penalty area. Ajax struggling to get the ball away. Calvin Bassey does eventually. It's picked up by Curtis Jones for Liverpool on the right hand side. Alexander-Arnold, Bracetic, the teenage substitute, gives it back to Curtis Jones. The Liverpool youngsters, a lot of young players out on the pitch now for Liverpool in the closing stages of this game. As Joe Gomez carries it forward. Van Dijk, Tsimikas, nice touch from Fabio Carvalho into Milner, and now acres of space on the right hand side as Liverpool look for another. The cross is blocked. Curtis Jones unable to pick out Firmino. It's going to be a corner, and there are going to be 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the second half here. Some disappointed faces in the crowd. So Johan Cruyff Arena. Such an encouraging start, such a disappointing scoreline. So Liverpool prepared to take this corner. Van Dijk up from the back. So Alexander-Arnold delivers the corner. It's punched away by the goalkeeper. Cleared further by Conceição, and it's back with Alexander-Arnold, who swings it across left-footed. Van Dijk is still up inside the penalty area, plays it across the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's dealt with by Ajax as Bassi comes away with the ball. And the intervention on Simicas, putting the ball out of play for a throw into Ajax. Just trying to see out this game now, to accept the disappointment and plan for the prospect of Europa League football, second half of the season. 4-0 win over Rangers, and Rangers losing tonight means that it looks unlikely that Ajax will miss out. It takes something pretty extraordinary from Rangers to make that happen. So Ajax not yet guaranteed Europa League football. Liverpool, though, are going to be guaranteed place in the Champions League knockout stages. Still in with a chance, albeit a tough task ahead. They are to finish top of the group. Need to beat Napoli comfortably to snatch top spot. Napoli are still 3-0 up in their game against Rangers. Time almost up here at the Johan Cruyff Arena. 30 seconds plus stoppage for the ball. Wins a free kick for Liverpool. Right hand side, inside the Liverpool half. So he walks away and leaves it for Alexander-Arnold to take. Final few seconds here. The ball is played back to Alisson. And then Virgil van Dijk. And the referee brings the game to a close. Final whistle. And on the face of it, a comfortable win for Liverpool. And once they got the opening goal, it was a comfortable win. Second half was routine. And Liverpool suffered in those opening 40 minutes or so, and it was only when Mo Salah scored 3 minutes before half-time that things began to settle down. Nunez missed a glaring opportunity to make it 2-0 just before the break, but he made amends in the second half, his header making it 2-0, and then Harvey Elliott wrapping up the scoring with a fine finish just a couple of minutes later. And Liverpool saw the game out comfortably there and qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League. They could still win the group potentially, but either way, they will be in the last 16. Final score at the Johan Cruyff Arena, Ajax 0, Liverpool 3.
Straight away from Amsterdam to North London. This is what is happening. Tottenham need to win this game to make this season like that stage this season. They want to go down. Martinez, so they're the equalising spectacle. These are now live scenes coming into us. Is that going to stand?
Yeah, why not?
Scenes, that's things. Imagine being there now.
In check as we speak by VAR. This is a massive moment in Spurs this season with the pressure on the manager, the questions about their form at the moment, Peter.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you want this and have it now.
What's he being checked for?
Wow, offside maybe, huh?
More come backwards.
It looked close, didn't it?
I thought he'd come back.
Wow.
I don't know what to defend, you know?
The Spurs players are making their case. I mean, Sporting weren't happy with the equaliser actually. It looked like they were protesting a foul on the goal.
It's onside.
It's going backwards, right?
It's onside.
He's in front of him.
Yeah, it's onside.
It's onside.
Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Subscribe and like the video.